Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. I am Mohammed Abdi Boule, one of the students in Open University of Malaysia, in partnership with Summit University here in Mogadishu at town campus, preparing the Master in Project Management. I'm ready to present our International Project Management Individual Assignment. This is Master in Project Management. The facilitator is Dr. Abdul Ghadir. Introduction. Competence is an important skill that professional international project manager should possess so that he or she can keep the project on track during crisis. COVID-19 is something that caused by coronavirus, and again capable to severe symptoms and especially and cause death to especially to older people. It was first identified in China in 2019 and lately named as considered as a pandemic in 2020. As a result of the policy being imposed by the government, like travel restrictions, movement control, and wearing masks, this has threatened the international projects. COVID-19. The key competencies to keep international projects on track during COVID-19 are being considered as listed here. First is the communication and the collaboration. The pandemic had caused a barrier between the staff and their manager, and they could reach each other out to communicate and collaborate to minimize the spread of the virus. But again, this mode of communication and collaboration was huge time consumption. But again, applying to the communication via WhatsApp through digital and other digitalists, it has caused, it resulted reduction of time and again making the project on track. Also another point is flexibility in the working place and time adjusting. As a result of the COVID-19 pandemic and government imposing policies for movement control and people coming together, and again it was introduced a remote working modality which needed the project manager or the program manager has to apply flexibility for the staff and also trust so that meeting the project timeline, scope and the costs which would make the international project successful. Also data centralization and project monitoring was a bigger point that is the project manager should possess, and one of the biggest challenge in the remote working modality is to keep the staff updated to circulate the content of the project data, as it risks the sharing the content, confidentiality and the integrity of the data. It was also another point which is considered here is to get control on the technology. Technology is a key role to work in a remote working modality, which international project manager should have knowledge about it and use the right technology with strategy and skills. Familiarizing and streamlining with the right technology and the software is a key competence to keep the international project on track during such pandemic. Among them are data centralization, like Google Drive, project management tools like Trello and Fredcam. Also communication technologies like Skype, Google Meets, Microsoft Teams, Zoom, and WhatsApp. Also remote desktop access tools like AnyDesk or TeamViewer. Also another point which is considered as a key competence for international project management, it is keeping the tab on the project schedule. Also another point is monitoring the budget expenditure. In conclusion, remote working modality, the new culture in the market is not a new concept. It has been in practice for decades, though not as widespread as now. Pandemic has increased the demand for remote working culture. In fact, after practicing it for a while, the companies are considering it as a promising approach for the future, as well as thereby reaching out to the remote offshore teams to handle their projects. However, we should be cautious while hiring a remote team for project. Make sure the team is dependable, competent, as well as fits your criteria. Thank you. This marks the end of the project presentation.